Hello everyone and welcome to Club Reaction to Rangers 4, Livingston 0. A much welcome scoreline here at Ibrox. I'm Scott Carney, I am with Stevie Clifford. Stevie, first of all mate, thank you very much for today, really do appreciate the opportunity mate. That was much required, much needed that.
Mate, I'm just actually think like the chins are coming down, all this running's kind of work. Keep the camera high though.
I'll keep the camera high mate, I'll keep the camera high.
Listen, the only complaint from today is I think the second goal, if it had come quicker, I would have been a lot happier. I was nervous for a wee minute or two in spells. You know, Butland had a couple of good saves around about the 55th minute. But overall, I think we were worthy of the 4 goals. We created enough chances. Even if you look at the chances right at the start of the second half, you know, Dessers has one where he dribbles it across the face of goal. There's nobody in. There was a header from Sam Lammers just before it. Then we got a wee bit stuffy. Michael Beale said that, and I thought he was correct. But the chances in the first half as well, you know, Cifuentes, that second goal comes in, I think it maybe would have made us a wee bit more patient sooner. So overall, it was great for those 3 goals. That perks everybody up. We left the other night flat, but we leave today thinking that was pretty decent. So, and they were crackers when they came. Like there were some good goals in there which I enjoyed. So overall 4-0, if you'd offered that before, I would have bitten your hand off and said I was delighted. So absolutely.
The starting 11, Michael Beale made 2 changes. Goldson and Jack dropped out. Fuentes and Balogun came in. Obviously, it was announced that it's just resting players, they're not injured, which is obviously good news going forward. First half, mate, Rangers were in control of the game. To be fair, Lammers gets himself a goal after a bit of a. Gives a good link-up plays with the one back from Cantwell. It hits a shot and it bounces out to Lammers and he's there to put it away. And at that point, mate, I thought early on, we were on our way to more.
I thought they were all rubbish.
Hi, David.
I'm just kidding. I'm getting man love for Danilo.
Yeah, I thought that Cantwell drove on terrifically today. See, from midfield, I thought he was excellent, and I thought he kind of proved that he doesn't necessarily need to be a 10 to have that drive from midfield. And what was nice is him from the left and Cifuentes for the right. I thought Jose Cifuentes was very, very good today.
Agreed.
In terms of debut, I think he's a stocky wee character. He doesn't shy out of tackles. He wins some 50-50s. He carries the ball. He can shoot. You know, that shot after 20 odd minutes and it saves and the corner comes in, which he scores from and he's unlucky with. So all in all, I think, you know, selection wise at home to Livingston, we can maybe look to rotate. The manager said in the press conference afterwards that John Lundstrom won't travel this week, out to Switzerland. So he's got a family thing. So that's why he rested Jack, because he might need Jack to play potentially in that position. So I understand that completely. But I think that middle three, are going to be difficult to shift. I think the blend there is nice, and I think there's lots of potential. But then you get Dowell coming on and doing what he did, you know. So there's lots of competition now, and I feel that that's starting to get there. The midfield, up front, maybe a different story, but that hopefully will come in time. But overall, the kind of Cantwell movement for the first goal was really good, and he does that, driving from deep, try to get beyond, takes the shot on quite well. Because sometimes we overthink it. Can we shoot? He shoots, the ball comes in, out, off the goalie, and the rebound's put in. Sometimes maybe we can do that a bit more, get more shots on, because shooting, it can deflect, it can do, you know, you can get stuff from it. So good on him for taking that on.
Absolutely. And so Rangers kind of controlled the first half. We were let down by the officiating, I'll put it that way. It's the only time I complain about it, but it's not me if I don't complain about an official.
There was a few strange moments, I think. And then when he seemed to doesn't give fouls for us, then doesn't give them for Livy that should have been fouls, and it just kind of became a bit of a muddle. So yeah, it was strange in parts, I think.
Yeah, definitely. But into the half, I see we were 1-0 up. We were thinking more of the same in the second half. Get the early goal, go kill it off. We started the second half, I thought, very well. We had 2 chances that we probably should maybe do better with. However, there was maybe a middle period, maybe about 15-20 minutes where Rangers did kind of lose their way. It came a wee bit, not scrappy's probably the wrong word, but just the sharpness of the passes. They weren't to the right areas. It was a wee bit behind players, and it was causing it to be a wee bit hard work, and you could feel the crowd beginning to get a wee bit stressed as well.
I think that's totally fair, and I think what happened is then you get the likes of Dessers, who maybe never had a good afternoon. He starts to overthink it. He starts to overthink, like that simple pass which let the boy in for the shot, which Butland's really saved, comes from Dessers doing a short pass, and he's then overthinking it. The crowd become nervous, and just for that, probably between 55, after we had those chances, 55 and 70, then we came in strong again, made the subs, and we kind of went again. So There was definitely a wee period. John Souttar, actually, it's worth mentioning, 64, 65 minutes, there's a ball across the face of goal and he does a tremendous sliding tackle that stops Guffey getting it. I think it was that Martindale said it was Guffey that was in there. That was wonderful defending by Souttar. He was terrific again today. I made the point at the Rangers Review live show that I thought he was our best and most important defender. And sometimes when you say stuff like that, it can come back and bite you almost immediately. Then it will be parky as a kind of dodgy moment due to the pitch. But I thought, so far, John Souttar's been excellent. I think John Souttar stays in that position. If we're looking for a centre-back to compete and for cover, Michael Beale said maybe at times we'll go to 3, so understand that as well. Maybe there's one more to come in. But I think if he comes in, this new defender, then somebody's going to have to come out, and it's not going to be John Souttar. So it's interesting. That's competition for defence and midfield is actually quite strong. It's just up front where we need that to click, and once that clicks, hopefully this team will be away.
Absolutely. I think we've got also Livingston brought out 2 great saves by Jack Butland. 2 decent saves. One in particular that I thought was very good. They kind of kept Rangers ahead, and then eventually Rangers did get the goal. And when it came, it was a cracker, mate. The ball over from, but Danilo was the second goal. Is that correct?
Yeah.
The ball over from the left hand side from Barisic. It was generally a beautiful cross right onto the head of Danilo to make it 2-0. There was a huge sigh of kind of relief, I suppose, round the stadium, mate, and I think Rangers really cruised on from there.
Actually, we've seen that goal many times.
Yeah.
If you think back to the big hit victory over Hibs, you think back to the Morelos kind of downward header like that, I think possibly against Aberdeen, we've seen that goal so many times. Exact same ball, whipped in with pace, a wee bit of height on it. Danilo then, all he has to do is steer it downwards, which he does expertly well. Incidentally, I thought at times he drifted to the left a wee bit too much, but then when he was central for the last 15, I thought he was much more productive. So there's a big fight on between, listen, Desser's never had a good day today, and he needs to settle, but he needs time. He's not fit yet, he's behind in pre-season, so we need to just be a wee bit patient there. But Danilo, at times, I don't think he was maybe as sharp as he could be today either, but this boy can finish. It might be worth letting him have the 9 position and seeing how he goes, give Dessers time to get up to speed, but we've got options now. As the manager proved, he nailed the substitutions, they worked for him today, so credit where it's due, because the space that Livingston afforded us, Matondo and Sima worked really well, and I'm really delighted that Sima got his goal too.
Yeah, Sima, I raised an eyebrow, of course I did, because Matondo was coming on the pitch, and I'm, again, a wee bit perplexed by it, but the subs worked. Beale identified that there was space, he brought in Matondo, he brought in Sima, moved Danilo into the middle, and it was Sima that got the 3rd goal, and the game was out of sight at that point. Again, it was a good ball in from Barisic, caused a bit of chaos in the box, it felt like Sima, and he tucked it away, and I thought, right, this is it now, we could relax. I actually said to you, thank goodness for that, because you might actually invite me back and I'm not a bad luck charm. But very important, but I think we'll just skip on to Dowell's goal, mate, probably the goal of the game. Great work, a wee flick by him onto Matondo. Matondo breaks forward with the ball, puts it back into Dowell's path perfectly, and he absolutely rifles it home, mate, into the top bag. It was a screamer of a goal.
Left foot. Do you know who it reminded me of? Do you know who made his career doing that here? George Alberts. And that is an Alberts type strike. It hits the bar and bounces in on the way in into the stanchion. Just lovely. It's the type of goal on FIFA you would replay quite a few times. Yes. So that was a cracker. He does. He starts it with a flick, with a wee bit of a chuckle. Michael Beale says we'll give it to him. We don't know if he meant it, but it was a lovely flick.
Yeah.
He's then went on. Matondo does everything right. That pace on the pass, everything about it, spot on, and he just rifles it home. So no, listen, I think that's the cherry on the cake kind of afternoon. And Beale was right. Beale was a wee bit tough on him in the presser. Says he wants more, and we dipped in that middle period, which he's not happy about.
That mixed bag as well.
Mixed bag. So probably, I think the thing is, as I said earlier in this podcast, and not to repeat myself, is we left flat on Wednesday night. This time we're leaving a bit more bubbly, a bit more positive, because those 3 goals came. But Dowell, cracking strike, and wee cameos from him. He'll be useful. Listen, he'll contribute, and he'll be absolutely fine for Rangers. So all in all, 4-0, a good afternoon. A very good afternoon, yeah, and it feels good to be leaving Ibrox 4-0 winners. I was saying to Stevie as well when we were in the presser, it's been a while since you can remember going, 4-0. Brilliant, just how a Saturday at 3 o'clock at Ibrox should be. That's what we all expect it to be. Man of the match was Souttar. It was picked by the sponsors, mate. Do you agree with that? Yeah, he was terrific. There could have been a few of them. I thought Balogun was very good. Jose Cifuentes has a very good afternoon. Jack Butland, clean sheet, 2 big saves. The second one particularly very good. There was a lot of wee positive cameos and a lot of wee positive performances and things today, but sort of deserves it just for that tackle alone, for the reading the game and cutting that ball out, because that's on a plate for him.
Definitely.
So hopefully the highlights will show just how good a tackle that was. But yeah, John Souttar's been terrific and great to see him playing. He is a big unit and he's going to be a good player for us. Let's hope he can keep fit.
Definitely. We also seen Sterling as well coming on today. There's a number of changes, moved to 3 at the back at a point as well. But my man of the match, I'll give it to Cifuentes since Stevie's given it to Suter. I thought it's a great debut. I think he's done himself no harm at all. He looks ready to go, and I'm very excited to see more of him. So that will do us, Stevie. Again, thank you very much, mate. Really do appreciate it. Until next time, mate.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, listen, pleasure having you along. It's a great thing to experience. So, 4-0, yeah, you can come back.
Yeah, for now. I'm not a bad luck charm. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday night, everybody. I'll speak to you all next time. Cheers.